welcome everyone here to the Mountain Race Series All-Star Open. As you can tell, we are not in Charlotte, North Carolina right now for the usual All-Star Weekend festivities. No, we are here at a new track, and it's basically like a super speedway. Brand new track. It's actually fairly new to the NR community. We are here at the Armory Digital Superspeedway. Wanted to try something different this season, and why not go a place that has a lot of blue? I don't know why. It's not green, but oh well. I like blue. But anyway, welcome guys once again. There are 19 drivers here today racing for the top 2 spots to advance into the All-Star race. And the third spot is going to be given to the fan vote winner. So 3 drivers from this event will advance to the 23 field All-Star race already in place. And the following drivers are already locked into the All-Star race. They include Trent Dunham, Dylan Young, Michael Norman, Tim Freilich, Justin Perry, Sean Galligan, Ryan Acosta, Chris Washer, Red Bell, Jake Rogers, Sean Henley, Jessica Shelton, Sky Commons, Aaron Reed, Joshua Collard, Cody Lamas, James McLeod, Seth Cole, Steven Gonzalez, Jacob Lawler, Jack Richards, Joshua Mudd, and James Silverfox. Those drivers all got in by either winning a race last season or this season, being a past champion or a former All-Star race winner. Those are the stipulations to get in. If you were not called, you did not fall into any of those categories, and you're in the open. So, again, top 2 spots in this finish will go on, and the fan vote will also move on. If the fan vote winner is in one of the top 2 spots, then second place in the fan vote will get that, and just if it continues on, we'll continue until we have somebody to advance. But anyway, let's head to the back straightaway. We do have the patriotic schemes for most of the cars, I guess you could say. Not all of them, but what I could do. But again, I don't know if qualifying makes a big difference here. It is a super speedway, and there's a lot of side-by-side racing, but staying up front is always a good idea. And the drivers in this race include Tim Walsh in the 15, James Qualls in the 6, Leo Rogers in the 10, Danny Wells in the 4, Andreas Allen 21, Keith Batton 99, Chris Dollarton 33, Cole Daly 18, Joseph Lombard 24, Zachary Fitzwater 19, Michael Cozy 23, Tony Blazer 47, Charles Jackson 5, Randy Carpenter 39, Tim Fiegel 78, Liam Irvig 27, Ian Dutta 42, Joshua Balkin 8, and round out the field is Zach Buchanan in the 14. And also, after the All-Star Weekend, I am going to be evaluating everybody's commenting, because some people might be losing their rides after All-Star break, and it might have some new people in here. So, you know who you are, and I'm not going to have to go and tell you guys. But anyway, without further ado, let's get ready to go racing here for the Mountain Race Series All-Star Open.
Today we got a good race car.
So we're back. The engines have just been fired, and we do have 20 laps around this track. Cautions are on. So this is Super Speedway, and I want it on. And it's a straight up 20 lap race. They shouldn't have to worry about making pit stops unless they have damage or something. And staying in the race is also a must as well. So hopefully people don't fall out. Actually, I'm not going to be mean in the open. If fan vote winner does wreck, I'm just going to let them have their, their backup car. But in the All-Star race, when it happens, once you wreck out, you're done, because there are going to be basically 3 segments in that race, and I'll get to that later on. But it's not about the All-Star race right now. It's about the All-Star Open. These drivers are wanting to get in and race for the prize of winning the All-Star race for Season 6 of the Mountain Dew Racing Series. Lots of patriotic-looking schemes we have today. I know it's November in real life, but in here we're acting like it's freaking May. I went with a lot of the stuff for just the stuff they ran back at Charlotte or other tracks to have the banners. But anyway, Tim Walsh, James Qualls, and the rest of this field are ready to go green flag racing here for the first time ever at Armory Digital Superspeedway. And it's hard to tell where the flag is at because I'm not used to this track. It's actually kind of like Talladega. It's not in the middle of the tri-oval. It's towards turn number 1. The green flag is out, and we are racing here. The All-Star Open is green. And there's the line. I was like, where is it at? Danny Wells jumped to the high side off the bat. Might be a strategy. A lot of these drivers know they're also in fan vote consideration. So, but then again, if they follow the race, they're still in contention. I'm not going to penalize them for wrecking out of this race. So, don't have to worry about that. But I like to keep a clean car maybe. Maybe they have a good primary car. As Tim Walsh leads the way, Leo Rogers trying to grab onto that 15th draft. Andreas Allen on the bottom, a couple of cars on the bottom trying to get something going. Michael Cozy and Chris Dollarton are working together. Well, as soon as I say that, they separate. As they are almost 4 wide, Lombard and Daly are rubbing doors back there. That's getting really close right there, between the 18 and the 24. Ian Dutta's on the very bottom right there. Tim Walsh still leads lap. Looks like he's going to lead lap 1. Tim Walsh been really a surprise this season. He's been up in points. He's running in the top 10 in points. Been quiet all season in that 15 car, but he's been doing good. First full season in the Mountain Race Series after running part-time last season. Still looking for his first ever win. Maybe he can get a win in the All-Star Open. It's not a points-paying win, but it's still a win. And now Lombard on the bottom. He's trying to get around his teammate Charles Jackson. Ooh, cozy. He's trying not to get too cozy right beside Charles Jackson. Walsh continues to lead the way. Dollarton's now taking second. He's on the back bumper of the 15. Let's go to the back. Danny Wells, we saw drop to the back. Zachary Fitzwater's right here. James Walls. He's with his teammate Keith Batson. There are some teammates in this race. I see Fitzwater and Rogers, Evernham cars. Keith Batson and James Qualls are a couple of Roush cars. The 21. Really, that team's more now affiliated in real life now with Penske, and all the Penske cars made the race. Cole Daly's by himself. I'm looking for other teammates. Randy Carpenter, Danny Wells, as Spiegel and Blazer just bounced off each other. Those cars can be affiliated with the RCR cars. Liam Arvig's in this race. Trying to think, I don't think Chris Dollarton. So there's a few cars right there. As Tim Walsh has lost the lead. There are 4 wide of the lead, and the car started last. Zach Buchanan is going to take the lead in the 14. Look at that. I mean, it doesn't take no time. Look at these guys racing. Look at that. Oh, I think Tim Walsh just got on the wall. No, he didn't. He's good. At least he is right now. I mean, he's rim riding. Liam Arvig going for the lead on Zach Buchanan. And again, the top 2 advance automatically to the All-Star race, so it's huge right here. This could be the kind of finish we have to determine the people that get in. Fitzwater would have just missed out. Arvig and Buchanan would have made it. And now the 19 car, the Hemi Dodge, is going to go to the lead. He has help from Danny Wells. James Qualls has help from Randy Carpenter and Andreas Allen. But look at this racing, though. Crazy side-by-side racing we have here. Balkan coming up the middle beside Fiegel. Tony Blazer trying to get something going on the bottom. He's trying to make a 4th lane with Cole Daly. Oh, and there they go! Charles Jackson almost flipped! And that's going to be a caution. The 5 car, I don't know how he didn't flip. The yellow flag is out. Somebody got pinched in the wall, and it sent the 5 car almost flipping. Charles Jackson, I don't know if he's going to be done or not. He didn't flip. Man, it might have been a lot of damage on that 5 car. It looks like Zachary Fitzwater is going to lead him back to the line. Danny Wells going to sneak and get second. See these guys don't wreck though. Got now get single file and everything get figured out. Tim Walsh looking for guys that have damaged wheel. Rogers right here. There's Joseph Lombard. He got into it. It might have been teammates that got into it. Lombard in the 24, and Ian Dutta's on pit road again. It's not the end of the world though. If he has, if he can't continue on, the fan vote's still in play for people out of the race. They can get a backup car. And I didn't see Charles Jackson. There he is. Charles actually drove away from the wreck. A lot of damage on that Farmers Insurance Chevrolet. Ian Dutta, though, on pit road. He might actually flipped. I'm not sure. He had to teleport to pit road, unless he got stuck somewhere. Well, it looked like it was going to be a big wreck. Ended up only, I think, being about a 3-car incident. And we're under caution. It was about a quarter of the way through the race. Zachary Fitzwater in the 19, the rookie, is leading the way, hoping to try to make the All-Star race this season, his rookie season. But all the other drivers still hungry, ready to go. But we're under caution for the first time today. Let's see what happened to Charles Jackson, Ian Dutta, and Joseph Lombard. Okay, best angle of this would probably be to watch this. Ian Dutta actually comes down into Charles Jackson, who's in his own lane. Or his own line, I guess saying. Dutta just keeps rubbing doors with the 5 car. I'm not quite sure what that's about. And Dutta and them just hook together. And we see what happens here. Jackson gets airborne. Tim Walsh going to get a little piece. Look at Jackson up on his side. But again, I don't know what Ian Dutta was trying to do right there. Charles Jackson spinning. He's probably very lucky that he didn't flip over. Oh, and he came back up into Lombard, and there's where he get more damage. I don't know if Tim Walsh got a piece of it, because I saw he was into it with Joseph Lombard right there. And then Lombard's going to hit the 42 again. We'll continue on. I think Dutta, does he get stuck right here? And, yeah, Dutta got stuck. Not what he was looking for, but that's what happened there. But we're going to go back and take a look at this on board with the 5 car and see what he saw. This is going to be a wild ride. On board with Charles Jackson, ready for a pretty wild ride right here. Man, I don't know how he didn't flip. That was a close call. And a good job by all the other drivers to avoid the mess right there as well. And Charles is probably very fortunate he didn't get stuck on the apron like the 42. That could be karma. I don't know. But Charles is thinking that with the 42 right there. But Lombard, Jackson and possibly Walsh all drive away from the incident. Unfortunately for Ian Dutta, he got stuck on the apron. Probably going to take him out of contention to win this race. He might have to fall back on the fan vote to possibly win it. We'll have to wait and see how he does. But that's why we're under caution for the first time. Let's go back to the restart here at Armory Digital Superspeedway. In my lack of knowing this racetrack, I missed the green, but they're just now in the first couple of turns that we didn't miss much. Just update the field. Ian Dutt is back on the track. He's right there on the inside. He's one lap down. Don't know if he's off the pace or not. Charles Jackson, Joseph Lombard look like they're staying with the pack right now. They're still on the lead lap. Top 10 rundown before the green flag was Zachary Fitzwater, Danny Wells, James Qualls, Joshua Balkin, Randy Carpenter in the top 10. The rest of the top 5, I should say. And then the rest of your top 10 is Tim Fiegel, Liam Ervig, Andreas Allen. I apparently wanted to emphasize these words today. Tony Blazer and Cole Daly was the top 10, but obviously they've changed now. As James Qualls is going to sneak up in front of Zachary Fitzwater and take the lead. But for not for long, here comes Randy Carpenter. Look at Tim Fiegel going in between the middle. They're going to go 4 wide possibly for the lead. Looks like they're going to reduce it back down to 3. Ooh, Fitzwater just about got the wall, and Danny Wells almost got the 19. Andreas Allen's on the ball, and Balkin is following the 39. Move Carpenter to the lead. Carpenter has 1 career win in the Mountain Dew Racing Series, and that was back, I think, in season, I think it was season 4, possibly. He was driving the 41 for Red Bull Racing, won at Daytona, so he won on a plate track, so Carpenter knows how to win one of these. He didn't get to compete in the All-Star race because he did not compete in the Mountain Dew Race Series last season, so he didn't get to racing. He lost his eligibility, obviously, so Carpenter didn't get his opportunity to run the All-Star race. Would like to get another chance by possibly winning this. Tuck up behind the Wood Brothers 21 of Andreas Allen as Liam Ervig's now leading. His teammate Chris Dollarton trying to bring Leo Rogers and Keith Batson there. Look at Zach Buchanan. He's coming straight to the bottom. He's all by himself on the bottom. He's going to gain some ground right here, looks like, as he hits the apron. He has no help down there in that 14, but he doesn't care. He's going to keep riding down there. See how the other cars stayed up to speed. There's Charles Jackson, there's Ian Dutta, and there's Joseph Lombard. Looks like they're not up to the speed with these other guys. Tim Walsh, whatever little damage he got, doesn't look like it's affecting the car because he's just hanging around the back of this front pack, surviving as we were halfway. Last time by when we hit the line, we were on the halfway lap. As Leo Rogers is now in the lead. Leo Rogers had a great run going in the Daytona 500, almost won the thing. Maybe it's the same car he ran that race and he brought it back here. He saw his brother win the race. He got 3rd. Jake won their 500 and Leo was 3rd. So Leo's not a slouch on this kind of racetrack. Maybe he can try to pull something out today. Right beside his teammate Zachary Fitzwater. Keith Batson leading the way. Cole Daly right now on the inside of him. There's just a lot going on right now with all this passing. Oh, Rogers and Fitzwater, man, they're rubbing doors right there, teammates. Right now, it's the 99 car now leading the way. Keith Batson. Just check and see where everybody else is at. Like I said, the guys in the back are going to have to depend on the fan vote, looks like, at this point, or a really big wreck. As Cole Daly and the Joe Gibbs Racing 18 car goes to the lead. Tony Blazer trying to get some help from Danny Wells. So 4 wide again. Batson all the way top, and there they go again. They're wrecking. Oh, that's a huge wreck. Ervig, Fiegel, Dollarton. And I know some others. There's Ervig, there's Fiegel, and they're still wrecking. Charles Jackson just piled in. Andreas Allen, I saw Dollarton. There's Balkin, Tim Walsh, and there's Michael Cozy. He got collected as well. Oh, that was a huge wreck. It looked like it was around the RCR guys that time. Those affiliated teams, I think the 78 was there as well. The yellow's out once again. Maybe setting up for a couple lap shootout, but man, the field's just disintegrating right now. As Tony Blazer is leading the way. Man, that's some more destroyed cars on pit road. Like I said, in the All-Star race, if that was the case, they couldn't continue on. They wouldn't advance to the next round. Unless we just didn't have any cars. But for today, everybody's eligible for a backup car since the fan vote is in play. As we are now under caution, we saw the cars that were destroyed. I think Tim Wolf might actually avoid another wreck. I don't see any damage really on that 15 car. There's Dutta, there's Lombard, they're getting some spots. But unfortunately for these other guys, Joshua Balkin, he didn't get away from that. Neither did Charles Jackson, who involved in another wreck. Michael Cozy, saw there's Andreas Allen. He got, I don't know if he has a lot of damage on that 21. There might be a little bit. Tim Fiegel has some front end damage. See the front buckled up on that first row Chevrolet. It's a Colorado tribute car. It's a Freedom Memorial car he's running the paint scheme this week. There's Chris Dollarton, one of the first cars I saw get turned. The other one was Liam Irving, and you see the damage on those two cars. Don't know if it started with those two or not, but those are teammates. That really wasn't a good idea, but whatever happened nonetheless. There's 9 other cars up here that were nowhere near the wreck. But we're under caution for the second time today as the laps are winding down here at the Armory Digital Superspeedway for the All-Star Open. Let's see what happened to bring out the second caution of the day. Alright, another one of those situations where the cars are just leaning on each other. I thought it was the 33 and the 27, but I was wrong. Michael Cozy's actually in between them. Cozy actually revs over to Liam Irving, just like the first wreck. They just go into the wall and collect whoever was beside him. Chris Dollarton there. Nowhere to go. Andreas Allen came down and clipped the 8 car, who collected the 78. Tim Walsh actually did get involved. I see Tim Walsh sliding in there now. There he is in the 15. And these guys come sliding in. Charles Jackson, I think he's going to plow the 23. Yeah, he does. He hit Michael Cozy right there. Balkan didn't have a lot of damage to him right there when he got hit by the 5 car. And Michael Cozy did not flip. He almost slipped as well. And that destroyed the 23, the 5, and the 8. Walsh, I thought, didn't get a lot of damage, but he might have not still. We'll have to wait and see. There's Andreas Allen. Let's go back and see this again. You see Arvig and Cozy make contact with Dollarton. And then Andreas Allen's going to come down. He hooks the 8 car, which hooks the 78 in the process. Walsh almost had it clear, but the hole just closed up right there on the 21. They all got collected right there. Some of these guys got minimal damage. Oh, man. Pico got a little bit right there. Man, Jackson, though, he plowed in there. He avoided the 33, went down low. I guess he was thinking the 23 was going to slide on the track faster, and didn't happen. He killed the 23 and the 8. Well, if it wasn't a bad day already for Charles Jackson, it definitely is now. There's all Ian Dutta and Joseph Lombard. They got through there. That's good for them. They just need more people to wreck. But that leaves about half the field already mangled now, and not many left. This is about the front pack now, looks like, with cars that haven't even been involved in anything. So we'll have to see what happens, though, as we get ready for the restart. Maybe for the last time today, in the top 2 again, we'll advance to the All-Star Race, and we'll have an All-Star Race fan vote winner. Who's going to advance? We're about to find out here as we go back from this commercial break. Alright, guys, we are back. Pace car just headed off pit road, or headed to pit road. Cars that fell out of the race include Charles Jackson, Joshua Balkan, Michael Cozy, Tim Fiegel. They'll have to depend on the fan vote now at this point. The rest of the cars continued on. Ian Dutt is still 1 lap down. But Tony Blazer finds himself leading the way. He's won a pole this season already, but would like to get a win and try to get in the All-Star race. Green flag is out. A 3-lap shootout. Who will be in the All-Star race? Again, top 2 make it in. Fitzwater jumps to the high side, but has no help in that 19 car. Everybody's great training him already. Here comes Daly. Zach Buchanan looks like he's still deciding on which lane he wants to go to. Fitzwater has his teammate back there, Leo Rogers, in the 10. They both have survived so far. Danny Wells has his teammate Randy Carpenter. Tony Blazer lost a lot of his help. Might depend on some Chevys or some other friends. Zach Buchanan's actually another one of the Stuart Haas cars that they can help as well. There's Keith Batson, James Qualls, are a couple of Roush cars. Batson doing his, or not Batson, that's Buchanan. He's doing his own thing again on his own lane at the very bottom by himself. And Danny Wells going back behind him. I'm not on a good commentating basis right now. I'm just screwing up. I was meaning to say Danny Wells fell back. Buchanan trying to get Blazer for the lead. Here comes Keith Batson under him. Blazer's going to lead this lap. 2 laps to go with Dally and Buchanan rubbing doors. Oh, and they're going to call the wreck! I don't know how they didn't wreck. That was exactly like the first 2 wrecks, and they didn't have it happen. Buchanan and Dally somehow managed to get off each other and didn't wreck. It looks like, again, the rest of the pack is off the pace. These guys are damaged, so they're not going to be contention. As Blazer is loving this, let them race behind him, he's thinking, so I can go to the All-Star race. Batson trying to mount or charge. He has Zach Buchanan behind him. Danny Wells on the very bottom. Cole Daly on the very top. They're single file in the front 3. Qualls is coming up the middle between Wells and Carpenter. Here comes Zach Buchanan to the inside of Keith Batson for second. That's the last transfer spot. For right now, they're going to come to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Batson has around the outside of Blazer. But is that going to help him or not? Batson really just got out of the groove right there. Buchanan's under him for the lead. Here comes James Qualls in the 6 car. He hasn't been up here. He's gone around his teammate for 3rd. Buchanan's gone around Tony Blazer for the 1st spot. It's Blazer and Buchanan in the transfer spot. James Qualls and Batson won it. I don't know what they're going to do. Qualls is trying to make it 3 wide. He wants the lead. Here comes Randy Carpenter. They're 3 wide for the lead. Qualls to the lead. Around Buchanan, around Blazer. And Qualls is going to clear them. The Valvoline 6, the Mark Martin throwback scheme's in the lead. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater. 3 wide for second. They're going to come to the stripe. It's going to be a drag race. Blazer has around the outside. It's James Qualls wins the All-Star Open. And Tony Blazer edges out Zach Buchanan and Randy Carpenter for the second spot. The 6 and the 47 are going to the All-Star race. James Qualls is going back to the All-Star race, I think for the first time in a couple of seasons. And Tony Blazer, the rookie, is going to make his debut in the All-Star race tonight. Well, I should say later on when I record it. They were 4 wide for second. I saw Fitzwater on the very bottom. Carpenter was there. Zach Buchanan was there. But Tony Blazer had a run and draft on the very high side. And Blazer edged out Buchanan and Carpenter. I don't even know. Wow. But James Qualls, Tony Blazer both advanced to the All-Star race for Season 6. And another thing to bring up, now that brings us to the fan vote, I can safely say it was neither James Qualls or Tony Blazer who won the fan vote, so it's not going to affect that. But the person that won with the 11 votes is none other than Danny Wells. Danny Wells had 11 votes, and Danny Wells finished 9th. He didn't qualify himself into it, but falling back on the fan vote, Danny Wells in the number 4 is going to be in the All-Star race as well. I believe second was Tim Fiegel. I think it was by about 4 votes. I think it was 11-7, or he was to say 7-11. Woo! Anyway, but that was that, and we got our 3 people going to the All-Star race. Congratulations to James Qualls and Tony Blazer for racing the way in, and congratulations to Danny Wells on winning the fan vote. You 3 are going to add to the 23 car field, which is now going to be 26 cars for the All-Star event. Well guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. It was a pretty exciting first time here. Hoping for even more excitement from this race in the All-Star race itself. Stay tuned for that, and thank you guys for watching, and thank you everybody that voted and participated in that part. Appreciate that. And that is it for the Mountain Race Series All-Star Open here at Armory Digital Superspeedway. Thank you guys for watching. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more races. And comment if you have anything to say or where you finished or whatever you want to do. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Congrats one last time to James Qualls, Tony Blazer, and Danny Wells to advance into the All-Star race. Hope to have you guys tuned in for the All-Star event itself, even if you didn't make it. And this will be here once again, 3 segments, and that will be explained in the next video when that's up. Until next time guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys then. Probably not, but I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and I hope you like this video for today. I will see you guys next time, very soon, and thanks for watching this diecast review. I will see you guys later. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye! The nighttime way. Wow. How did I get up there? Oh, this is the Captain Rohit Ready Review. This is going to be a problem. And Brian Acosta. P200 runs. John Dillon up the hill. Justin Perry's on his back bumper. He's going to get wrecked. Oh, he gets pinned behind the 51. That's all it takes. John Dillon's going back to victory lane. This time the Mountain Race Series. John Dillon takes the Daytona 500.